Hi everyone, this is Dan Merkin, CEO of Trade Ideas, and it's November 28th, but it's kind of late night, and I'm coming to you showing something totally different. People often talk about a singularity. What is it? But the problem is people have a difficult time perceiving that singularities aren't necessarily moments, like instances, like a big bang, let's say, but they could be very small in terms of time, like 50 years, and still be singularitous. And I know that a lot of popular, like Ray Kurzweil, talks about the singularity coming in 2040 and stuff like that, but he never mentioned cryptocurrency in his book. So he wasn't able to call that. And this is one of these things that's so difficult to even begin to understand. But what you're seeing here is Bitcoin, and it's broken above 10,000. It's at 10,388. And I was talking to some people on social media, and I was really trying to have them understand that just like we explained in Trade Ideas, that float, in other words, how many shares are just available to change hands, is a gigantic component of the picture of price movement, because it's physics. When there's X many shares in the float, like a billion, well, it takes a certain amount of volume to move that. If there's only 1 million, it would take much less. If there's only 100,000, etc. If you look up the float of any large stock like Intel or Microsoft, it's in the billions, okay? And so these large, gigantic cap stocks like the Exxons, the Microsoft, it's almost like they're made for a certain type of an audience. But that audience isn't really you or I. But here comes this whole other thing, Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin is a store of value, and it's breaking out because the float of Bitcoin, just like a small float stock, is only 21 million. Okay, so think about that. So here's this currency that lets you transfer wealth digitally, anonymously, instantly, versus, lugging around your bag of money or your, gold bars, where you're going to have some protection, to lug that around. So conceive that, and how Bitcoin as a store of value just makes a lot more sense than you could ever imagine. And it totally comes right at this time, again, where we technologically are doing things that we thought we would never be doing, creating an AI that can invest better than a human. And we're adding cryptocurrency to it very soon as well. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to show you this. But people think about how expensive Bitcoin is, and I wanted to leave everyone on this note, okay? Think how much a house costs. How many houses are there in the US? The median US house rose to a record price above 300,000, and there are millions and millions and millions of homes in the US. So there are only 21 million Bitcoins. So when you see a price like 10,388, instead of thinking how expensive this stock is, think how cheap this house is. So that's what I want to give you as a thought to think about on this evening, as you're seeing this cryptocurrency break out to all-time highs. This is the time to open your eyes, become educated, and understand that outsized returns are available for the individual investor. Come check us out at Trade Ideas, www.trade-ideas.com. Enjoy.